Surprise! It's an art video. I know I haven't done one in absolutely forever, but I was recently watching a lot more art tubers and I really got inspired to start creating more art videos, and I really want to incorporate more on my channel for practice sake and also just because I feel like a lot of you guys have been asking for it for forever, so here it is. So in this video, I'm going to be doing the Draw in Your Style challenge, which if you haven't been on art social media in the past few weeks and you don't already know, this is the challenge where an artist posts an image of a drawing they've done of an original character or just a random character that they thought of, and then they ask their followers to draw it in their style, hence the name. So you draw it in your own art style and it's just a fun thing to do. I don't know. So I wanted to start with Kasey Golden's cactus girl character because Kasey Golden is really the one who inspired me to make this video. I've been binge watching her videos so much over the past few months and she really just inspired me to get back into art videos. So she did a similar video to this and that's totally where I got my inspiration from, FYI. So this is just her cute little cactus character sitting in a little pot, and I love Kasey's style so much. It's much different from mine because it's very simplistic, very cartoony, but also super cute at the same time. She uses a lot of geometric shapes and her line work is just so clean and I love it. So Kasey has her cactus girl kind of perched over the pot with her butt sticking out, but I decided to make mine a little more innocent and cute looking. So I have her hugging the side of the pot and she has tears in her eyes and she looks really sad, and the pot says hug on it, question mark, and I kind of just wanted her to be really cute and sad because she's a cactus and no one will hug her because she's so prickly and it's very sad. I would give her a hug if I could. She's quite adorable. I think this one turned out probably one of my favorites because I just think it turned out the cleanest, and I added a background to it, which I didn't do for the other ones because I got lazy. So I just did the whole thing in watercolor and then I went over it in white gel pen and black pen to add some details, and that's it. She's super cute. She kind of reminds me of like Minnie Mouse or something with the cactus ears, but I really like her. So this character is a character named Nima from Raw Straws, and I am so obsessed with his work. I absolutely love his art style and everything he does, in my opinion, is spectacular. I've been following him on YouTube and Instagram for a while now and I just think he's so good, and I wish I could do more digital art like that because it's really cool. So obviously his art style is very different from what I'm doing now because A, it's digital, and B, it's kind of realistic but also stylized at the same time. So I really like that about his art style because it looks like it's a painting that's so realistic but also kind of like a cartoon mixed together. I don't know how to explain these things, I'm so sorry. But I also just really like this character design, so I tried to copy his pose as best I could. So for this one, I didn't try to do a different pose or anything. I basically copied Nima's gestures and expression and like her attire and everything. So I tried to stay as true to the original painting as best I could. Obviously, I cannot get it that good looking, but whatever. I also added little sakura petal leaves in the background because I accidentally got some red splotch on the paper and I thought, hey, I can work with this. There you go. By the way, these watercolors are the Kuretake Gansai watercolors, so they're pretty opaque for watercolors, honestly. I used white in her hair and it was almost like wash, and I think it turned out pretty well. So yeah, I think she turned out okay. She's pretty cute. So this next painting is probably my least favorite that I drew, but I love the artist so much, so I kind of feel like I did a disservice. This is by the artist Loish, which you probably heard of because she's a really popular online artist. And this is just a drawing of her character holding some light flames. I really liked how the pen drawing turned out when I drew it with the pen, but then once I started adding watercolor, I messed it up somehow, so just enjoy the pen doodle before I completely ruin it. Anyways, so I love Loish's art. Again, like Ross, most of the artwork she does is digital, so it has a lot of realistic depth and dimension, but it also has a very cartoony, exaggerated element to it. It's a realistic cartoon, except more towards the cartoon side if it was on a spectrum. Like, I would say Kasey's is completely towards cartoon, Ross is more towards the realistic side, and I would say Loish is right in between, but more towards cartoon. Anyways, so this part in the painting process where I'm adding the wash to her skin is where I feel like I completely messed up, and I got the skin tone so wrong. It's way too warm and it really should be a lot cooler. I just feel like I got the colors all wrong, and especially when I started reworking the line work with the pen, I messed up her eyes, and I don't know, I feel like I'm nitpicking, but I just don't really like how it turned out, especially with like the shading, and I feel like I could do better. But here it is. Here is the witchy little girl person. Yeah, there you go. So this last drawing is actually from an artist that I've never really seen art from before. I just saw this drawing on the hashtag #DrawInYourStyle tag, and I really liked it for some reason, so I wanted to redraw it. It's by the Instagram artist AlGummy. I'll leave it on the screen, and I just really like the little gummy spirit creatures that are all around her, and I really wanted to draw her. So her character is, I believe, like a little spiritual kind of medium person. So she has all these little spirits that kind of look like cute little octopi all over her, and I think it's freaking adorable. I realized in this challenge that I don't really have a set specific art style like a lot of other artists do. I feel like I'm still grasping what my art style is. Even looking at art from a year ago, my art style is completely different, and I feel like my style changes based on what I'm drawing or like what medium I'm using. So I don't feel like I have a set specific style yet, but I feel like if you look at my art, you can still sort of tell it was drawn by the same person because I have similarities between them. Like, for example, I draw my eyes similarly, I draw my mouth similarly, I don't know. Hopefully in the future I can kind of lock down what my style is once I kind of also find what my medium is, because I also hop between mediums all the time. So I feel like I'm still in the experimental phase of my art, or at least a new experimental phase. But for now, this is sort of my style, I guess. And that was all of the drawings that I decided to do for this video. If you have more video ideas that are art related that I should do maybe in the future on my channel, because again, like I said, I do want to include more art on my channel because it is a big part of my life and I feel like I don't talk about it as much as I should, then just leave it down below. And also you can check out my art Instagram, Jessie Tries Art. Or you can check out my Etsy store, which is Jessie Heart Designs on Etsy. I make stickers and pins and stuff, and it's real cute. Also, I'm leaving all the artists' Instagrams and YouTubes, if they have one, down below, so you can go check them out because they're all pretty amazing and I really like their art. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week, and bye!
I'm taking over my body, back in control, no more shoddy. I bet a lot of me was